How would anyone know if someone had been coerced?
I think we're talking here about people who are in a heartbreaking situation, and the doctors who've been dealing with them, who've possibly gone through their treatment, through the diagnosis, because they do have to have a terminal diagnosis with an expectation of perhaps 6 months at the most. They will know that person.
Sure.
And they have the medical knowledge, and they are, if you like, trained to deal with people and to read, you know, if they are being blunt, open with them, and judge those. But I think
no, forgive me.
Sure.
The question is, how would anyone know if someone was being coerced?
Sure that is something that they would hopefully there would be questions. They would examine the person, and I think
hopefully
they would do it. But I think one of the things
medical practitioners
Victoria,
forgive me, doctors are not trained in coercive control, are they?
No, I appreciate that.
How would they know if someone had been coerced?
What is happening in this is that the impetus for this bill, the impetus for this change in the law, is coming from people who are finding themselves.
Is coming from.
But the reason that I'm saying this is the impetus is coming from people in that position. So people
that's the answer to a different question. I come back to my question: how would anyone know if the patient had been coerced?
If you are with someone who is, as we have all been, who is facing the end of life and who wants to have the choice to end their life, there is a sincerity about what they say. It's a very emotional conversation, and there is something about the way that they approach it, and that's not something that you can say, something that you can go through, I believe, if you're being coerced. And I think that people, the doctors, the medics...
That's extraordinary. If that's your criteria.
No, that's not my criteria.
If they say it in a sincere enough way.
No, that's not my criteria. What I'm saying is the medics, the professionals who deal with people every day, they will be trained in how to do this.
They're not trained in coercive control. I spoke to a GP. They told us that there is no current guidance or training in place.
But when if the law is changed, that is when there will be safeguards put in place.
Hang on. I thought this bill had the strictest safeguards in the world.
It does.
Now you're telling me that there will be further safeguards.
No, sorry, Victoria, what I'm saying is the safeguards are in the bill, and they will be
not. There's no mention of training for medical practitioners
and medical practitioners who are dealing with people, and there have to be the medical practitioner. It will be a very strict examination. It won't be a case of sitting down with someone for 10 minutes. It will be a very serious, in-depth discussions. Okay. There will be psychiatrists involved, if that addresses your point about coercive control. Psychiatrists can be involved. There will be examinations. The medical practitioners, who, remember, sign an oath, first do no harm.
Absolutely.
They will take this very seriously and ensure that every possibility is covered.